Hello, it's Maddie, the Empty Night Scrapper, coming back to you with a little project share. So I thought I would share some cards because I really needed to send out some cards and I didn't have them all ready and prepared. And there were some I had in my stash that I was already considering. And then there were others that were half done. And then there were more that hadn't even been started yet. So I thought I'd share the cards that I'm going through to see about sending out. And we'll start with this first card here. This card, the sentiment says, thinking of you. As you can see right down here. It's just popped up on a foam dot. This was something that I had stamped the center and then colored with alcohol ink. I'm not the greatest colorer, but I did enjoy doing it. And when I stamped it, I did emboss so that it would help me stay within the lines. And I did some ink blending around the edges, as you can see in blue, and sort of did a fade out, which came out okay. But what I wanted to let you know was that I already did the ink blending without the coloring, but the outline stamp, and then I thought I would emboss that stamp. And what I found out was that oxide inks are embossable. So that clear embossing, I don't know if you can see that, but there is some clear embossing that came out around the edges that I thought looked pretty cool. So I thought I'd share this. It was sort of a happy surprise that I learned. Please excuse my dog upstairs. I never seem to be able to find a time where she will stay quiet. Anyway, this is the first card that I thought I would share and tell you about my happy accident. So I'm not sure if I'm going to send it out, but it was a good learning experience. This is the second card that I wanted to share. It was partially done. I did watercolor these images and pop them up and stamp out a sentiment up here. And so the sentiment says, I believe it says, a nice nurse is on vacation, so get well soon. And in this one, I did stamp something on the inside, and I believe it says, sending some humor. It's the best medicine. So there you are. Not sure which one of these I will use. This card actually was partially done. I finished it off and thought I would decide later. So that's card number 2. Card number 3. One of the ones that started this all. You Are Possum, with some fun cat paper behind it. And I got a call last night from my son. His cat is very ill. And as you know, our furry friends absolutely are part of the family. So I made a get well card for the cat from my dog Lexi. Hand stamped by Lexi. And there you have it. It's a simple little card, but I hope it brings a smile to their face. Okay, next I want to talk about variations of the same card. I don't know if anyone else ever does this. I once made a card. I really liked it. I tried to recreate it. I couldn't remember how I made it. And so I made a few. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. So this card, I think, pretty well captures the look I wanted. However, I didn't realize I used different black inks because I did finish the card on a different day that I started it. So I'm not sure if I'll use this card, but on its own, it probably came out the best, except for the fact that I used the different inks. Maybe I'll throw it back in the card positioner and try to make those inks match at least the butterfly and the sentiment, but the sentiment is much darker than all the other blacks. So we'll see if this card gets used. But for now, it's in the contemplation mode. Same problem here. This one, actually, it's more prominent that you can see the blacks are different. I did try to do some variation in the sky. I don't know if you can see that. It's very subtle. But at some point, I will get this card right again. Right now, I'm not thrilled with any of these, but I thought I would share it and share the thought process. If you guys make a card that you really love, my recommendation to you, take a picture. This one, I went in a little bit of a different direction. So I thought that if I filled in that stamp that said thinking of you with some white ink, it would sort of replicate a cloudy look. Not too thrilled with how this card came out, but I'm gonna leave it in the stockpile and see if there's anything I can do with it that makes me like it a little bit more. The last one is definitely more along the lines of the first card that I had made. I definitely used the cutout words that I made on my scan and cut, thinking of you. I did not use a stamp the first time round. However, when I saw them, that's what made me decide to stamp instead, because not so crazy about the look. I did try to add some glitter around the edges to match the words, but I really decided that the black trim around was more my cup of tea at this point. So finally, with the same idea and a different spin, I made this sunset card, which is by far my favorite. And I decided that I needed a little change of pace, although I really did want to stick with that theme. So I decided to do this card share so I would have actually a reference for what did I do that I liked on that card, so I don't run into the same problem again. Next up, I received a surprise present from my son in the mail, and that was some sprays. And I decided to move away from ink blending and use some sprays, and made this happy little card for my best friend. And it just says, hope your day is awesome. So I just took a few colors. I don't know if you could see, I left some of those white spots. It sort of looks like some dust that the butterfly left behind. And I just thought it was a happy little card with some alcohol ink blending on the butterfly. Okay, next up was actually the thing I started before I went on the rampage, and this is also same kind of card done twice. And that's because I had some Actually two reasons. I had some backgrounds that I did want to use up. If you have a stack of backgrounds laying around somewhere, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. This card, Miss You So Much, is going to one of my sons because since this virus hit, and he is a air flight away, hands down, no other way to do it. I don't know when I'll see him again, and it's been quite a long time already. And I super duper miss him so much. Next one, different background, similar idea. For my son and daughter-in-law, and I did get to see them a couple of weeks ago. They came down while things were still stable around here, and it says had such a good time. And I believe this one I stamped something on the inside. Can't wait to get together again. So I just want them to know that I really did have a wonderful time, and really appreciate that. And I hope my boys and my daughter-in-law enjoyed these cards. I really had a lot of fun making it. I just want to say that these cards were inspired by Ryan Swift of Glitter Grunge Greetings, somebody new to the scene who is absolutely phenomenal. I will leave a link for him in the description below. But I was so inspired when I saw him make cards with these little characters and a little bit of a grungy look. I thought my boys would really like that. And it inspired me to take out my backgrounds that I had laying around and make a couple of cards for my boys and my daughter-in-law, who I love so much. So I hope you enjoyed this project share, and I hope it inspires you to either use up your backgrounds, send something to someone that you love that you didn't get a chance to see. Try something new with your old ideas. Make variations of a card that you love, and finish up any of your unfinished works, such as one like this. And of course, let's not forget our furry friends. So again, I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much for stopping by. I would love to see you come back. Please leave me some feedback. Anything that you think would help me improve my card making, I would be so happy to hear. Anything that you liked in particular, any techniques that you saw that you would like to see how I did it, or see what the tools I used to make it, leave a question down below. I would love to hear from you. And do not forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and ring that bell so you know when I post another video. Bye-bye. Have a great day and stay safe.